Hello, 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 good evening. I just tried earlier, so I'm just checking my connection. Welcome to this nutrition Q&A. Come and join, and let's get started. Hello, everybody's starting to join already. Hello, lovely people. So how are we? This beautiful summer we're having. How are we all? Let's just do some breathing. Always so important in the health journey. So we are blessed. Open your eyes. This is heaven. Let's be grateful for what we have. Gratitude, really, really important in the health journey. So thank you for joining me and welcome. I've got a lot of people joining now and I have a lot of questions today. So I will do as many as I can. Hello, lots of you joining. Come and join. And then we'll start talking about nutrition and exercise. And we're going to talk today about hormones. We're talking about, time of the month, bloat, underactive thyroid, about carbs. It's always about carbs. About how to eat when you're on a kind of Florida holiday. Yes, I've got that one in. And then, is it possible for your body to get used to the exercises you do? And yes. But anyway, so quite a few to cover off, so I'll get started. Hello, lots of people joining. Do come and join. Lovely. Let's just do a few more breathing. We are blessed. Open your eyes. This is heaven. Okay, and then we're ready to start. Lovely to see you all. So many of you. Hello. Lots of love. Lovely to see you all. Right, so first question. Will my weight loss be slower with an underactive thyroid? Now, the good news is no. Honestly, a lot of my clients, obviously maybe even 70% of my clients have an underactive thyroid. But once they get on the healthy eating plan, there's no difference. The weight loss, honestly, is the same as everybody else. The weight loss is the same as everybody else. That's different if you have your thyroid's actually removed. Yeah, that's completely different. If you've just got an underactive thyroid, you could be on your meds. Most people actually, once they start to lose the weight, we can actually reduce the meds, even get them off the meds. Because if you're being really, really healthy, it might not have such a severe effect. Now, the things about the thyroid, the things you can do to help an underactive thyroid are all things that would improve being on a healthy plan. So you've got to have more selenium, more protein-based food, gets you to sleep better. So we're always having more selenium on this plan. Cut back on the sugars. Guess what? We're always cutting back on the sugars on this plan. Doing more exercise. Guess what? We're always trying to incorporate exercise into our lives doing this plan. Manage your stress. Guess what? We do a lot of stress management during my one-to-one sessions on this plan. I do a lot of stress management because stress, as you know, equals adrenaline, equals glucose, equals weight gain. Your body's an animal, it thinks there's a drama. So we do a lot of work on not being stressed on my programs. And then the final one is the probiotics, so important, probiotics. And obviously on this plan, we're really trying to get our probiotics in. Anyone who's done my one-to-ones knows we're obsessed with probiotics and we try and get those in we're trying to get in as many probiotics as possible. In fact, I've just done a post on it. So, uber important. So all those things, if you've got a minorly underactive thyroid, can really, really help improve it. Obviously, if you've got more than just minor, you will be on your underactive thyroid meds, and the program works just as well, as I said, for people with an underactive thyroid as people who have a normal thyroid. There's a child scream in the background, but that adds to the natural. And so, honestly, the only reason it would slow down is if you actually had your thyroids removed. I'm just going to shut the door. It's a little bit noisy. Sorry about that. Now all is calm. Yes, if you have your thyroid removed, then yes, definitely it will cause it will be very difficult to lose the weight. When you have them removed, they might actually say to you, you're going to put on a lot of weight. It is very, very difficult to lose weight if you have your thyroid removed. So actually, If you can avoid that happening, then please do, because that really is very difficult. But normal underactive thyroid, honestly, don't even notice the difference when people start on my plan. We talk about it at the beginning and then everything just tickety-boo carries on. Okay, so hope that answers question 1. Question 2, do I need to eat carbs at lunch even with a sedentary job? Well, what do I always say? Carbs are so important. 80% of what we eat is from carbs. Carbs are fruit, veg, salads, spice, seeds, herbs and pulses. So we should have carbs all the time. Carbs for breakfast, carbs for lunch, carbs in the afternoon. We want to have carbs because they give us energy and they give us fibre. And on this journey, it really, really is important to have your fibre. Now, it's amazing that, let's say, pulses, which are a pulses are a carb, they're the super carb now, we all know that, they're the trendy carb. They're the ones that anybody is now a vegan living on their pulses. If you have lentils, for example, the human needs to have 30 grams of fibre a day, the average human. Even if you have 100 grams of lentils, you're only having 8 grams of fibre. So really, pulses are incredibly important, and that's carbs, fruit, veg, salad, spice, seeds, herbs and pulses. The other important thing about carbs, so going to the loo, fibre, is those carbs are full of water, which is wonderful. That's really, really important because you want your body water to be as high as it possibly can. We do a lot of that in my one-to-one programs. What is your water level and how can we make it better? It's not just about drinking water. It is literally about what you eat, because starchy grains have no water in them at all. So when your body has those, you have to counteract that with that many mouthfuls, but 3 times that of water. So let's say a bowl of rice, what's that, 8 mouthfuls, 24 mouthfuls of water you need to have to counteract that. Yeah, so that your body can not be bloated and your body can digest it. So the joy about carbs, fruit, veg, salad, spice, seeds, herbs and pulses, is they're just full of water. They're just full of water, and so when you eat them, you'll find your water level goes up. When your water level goes up, then obviously it's much easier for you to lose weight. When we're losing weight, we're only talking dry weight, never wet weight. We want the water level to be as high as it can be. That helps you go to the loo. Water is your energy, it's your brain. Remember, 92% of your blood is water. So water is incredibly, incredibly important, and those foods have water in them. And so if you're having a lot of drinking water and eating lots of carbs with lots of water in them, then obviously that will really, really help with the weight loss. Yeah, it'll cleanse. Water obviously cleanses out the system and fills you up, yeah, and helps your kidney and liver work better, and it cleanses out everything, and obviously gets you more energized, happier, more positive, and gets your water levels up, which obviously will help with the weight loss. So yes, have carbs all day long. They are fantastic. Just make sure you know the difference between carbs and junk food, because there is a big difference. That might help explain. Which takes us on to the next question. What do I eat on a Florida holiday? One of those, yes, which is junk, as in don't, but as in that's what's going to come at you, isn't it? Everywhere we go, because they want us to be happy. So sugar, sugar, sugar comes at you constantly, doesn't it? Always. It's sugar, sugar, sugar. So what do you do on holiday? Well, stick to the plan. I do a lot of sessions on holiday eating. I'm doing them all right now in my one-to-ones. We have a strategy. We look at what you need to eat, where you're going. Yeah, are you in a hotel? Very different. Are you in a villa? Very different. If you're in a hotel, if they're cooking for you, very different. If you're in a villa, very different. If you're going to be traveling a lot, very different. So we actually look at it. I look at my clients. We talk about each holiday, what kind of holiday it's going to be, where it is, and how we're going to have a plan. Because if it's late dinners every night, we've got to have a plan for that. If it's not eating all day and you're out and about, got a plan about that. If there's going to be an awful lot of alcohol, we have a plan about that. So I spend a lot of time doing holiday food planning, and we actually I do whole sessions on that to really, we map it out. This is what we're going to do. So we all feel comfortable that we're still doing the best we can, and maybe we won't lose any weight, but we won't put on. Let's just maintain. That's what we say for the holiday. And we make the best of what we can do, because there's no reason for it all to go wrong. You can still carry on being healthy. We just sort of plan it out a bit better. So a Florida kind of holiday, Florida Disneyland kind of holiday, is an interesting one, isn't it? But again, it's more of what not to have, like the chips. But there's always, even in a takeaway, there's always a salad option. There's always a salad option. Even in a takeaway, there's always a chicken select. Yeah, you've really just got to make the best choices you can and avoid the really starchy processed foods. Once you have those starchy processed foods, as you know, the insulin levels, well, the insulin squirts out to save your life because you're going to get a dip. Yeah, puts in the fat cells, and then quickly you want more. So eat lots of food, don't restrict yourself, but just be careful of the processed food, the processed starches. Always make the best choice. Spend ages on the menu if you need it. You will find something like a chicken select or a big healthy chicken salad or something that always is. In fact, on that holiday, it's more about what to avoid, isn't it? So the obvious one is fizzy drinks. So a can of Coke is 8 teaspoons of sugar. A Diet Coke is the equivalent of 200 teaspoons of sugar, because as you know, if you put a sweetener on a spoon, it's so sweet. Yeah, you can put 200 grains of sugar on a spoon, 1 grain of sweetener, and that's how sweet it is. So when you have a sweetened drink, a low sugar drink, obviously you actually a sort of more sugar craving, and you won't put on the weight, but you will have more of an insulin need later. Yeah, because your sugar levels go right up. Then nothing appears. Your body's going, hey, what's going on? And it's looking for more and looking for more and looking for more. So avoid fizzy drinks, particularly the diet ones, because actually they're worse. If you are going to have it, better to have a can of Coke, which is only 8 teaspoons of sugar, rather than sweetener, which is going to make you sugar crazy, much sweeter. But it's not about that, it's about the health. Yeah, the sweeteners they put in these drinks now are really not good at all. Really bad for the gut health. They can rot your gut health. There are stories of them giving dementia, anxiety, yeah, all the different sweeteners. Nowadays, they're all called different names, and they all think they're being very clever by trying to hide them. It's normally aspartate, but actually, sweetener is sweetener. They really are not ideal for your gut health, for you, for your long-term health. They keep you a sugar addict. So just, why go there? It would just be easier to avoid it. So it's very much avoid the fizzy drinks. Look for the healthier option. Remember timing of eating. Yeah, again, I talk about an awful lot of that in all the one-to-ones. And just make more the protein choices. If it's a choice of sort of fried food, obviously you're going for grilled. If it's a choice of chips, yeah, maybe go for salad. I mean, it's all quite obvious, but just be very careful, because once we've had the sugars, once we've got those sugars in us, we just want more and more, and our body will crave the same drug. It'll want the same again and again and again. So ideally, yeah, just stick to the plan, stick to the program, and if you've got one of those holidays coming up, let's talk about it, because an awful lot more I can talk about that obviously I'm not going to say here, because I say an awful lot more to my clients. But let's have a chat about it. But there's no need to worry. You mustn't get stressed about it. There's always good choices. There's always healthy choices. We can talk about breakfast, lunch and dinner on these holidays and make a plan. And hopefully you'll be moving a lot more, because you're going to be, up and down. Disneyland is going to be fun. All right, brilliant. So hope that's helpful. Now, then the next question is period cramps. Yes, so for 2 days before your period, you do have mass cravings for carbohydrates. That's the way we're made, yeah? The body's, everything's going on. You have bloating, because that's the water retention, yeah? So you've got the water retention, you've got the carb cravings, you're not feeling your best. Some people get quite depressed, some people get quite angry. So during that time, what I say is, do you know what? Just eat more, but make sure you're eating more, but not the sugars. Because again, the craving at that point, that penultimate day before you actually get your period, is carbs. We all become carb monsters, that's what we're after. And the problem with that, the kind of carbs we reach for, the more sugary ones, as I've just been saying, then you want more and you want more. So just check that. Don't think, oh, I've eaten the right amount of food, but I'm still hungry because I've got my time with that. I'm just going to have a little snack. Because the minute we do the snack, what's going to happen? Yeah, sugar. Name me any healthy snack bar that's just made of honey and nuts and dried fruit. Yeah, so if you reach for any kind of cereal bar or any kind of sugars, again, you're just going to be craving them. That's absolutely fine, but you've got to be doing a lot of exercise if you're going to be doing that. So just think, okay, you want to eat more, but stay with the good food. So maybe have a double lunch. Maybe have a double, fruit, sugar. Just get your fruit in all afternoon. If you're craving, just have more fruit. You're just craving. Don't deprive yourself at that point. If you deprive yourself, then you'll make a mistake, and then you'll have a gap, and then you'll get a sugar dip, and then you'll... So remember, when you got your period, actually just think, do you know what, just for 2 days I'm going to eat more, so what? Yeah, maybe even have a double supper, doesn't matter. Just don't go towards those sugars, because then, you know, it'll be days of getting over it. So just eat more. And then the best snack of all is fruit. Yeah, we love that. Sugars, particularly grapes, when you've got your time of the month. And that's fantastic. Now, the bloating is water retention. So actually, bizarrely, you want to drink more water when it's time of the month, because actually, if you're getting that water retention, that's the bloat. If you've got enough, if your water system is working, if your kidney and liver are working properly, then actually you've got more than enough water. You'll be fine if you're eating all those healthy carbs I talked about and drinking your glass every hour. The minute you're dehydrated, you get that water retention, that bloat, and that's what happens when you eat those more sugary carbs. So keep really hydrated the whole time. Now, the best thing about this program is that obviously a lot of my clients, their period pains almost completely go, because if you are a healthier weight, quite often those symptoms will significantly decrease. Like with endometriosis, if you are a healthier weight, those symptoms can significantly decrease. So it's all about doing exercise and eating right and being a healthy weight. Because if you're a healthy weight, then those period pains and those cramps, everything's significantly lowered. If you've got less visceral fat, yeah, that's the fat inside us, in our intestines, wrapped around our organs. If you've got less visceral fat, obviously you're going to struggle less. And if you've got less subcutaneous fat, that's the external fat, you're burning more calories because you've got higher skeletal muscle. So if you're a healthier weight, you're in a better chance to not have the consequences. IBS goes very quickly when you're healthy. So a lot of your gut problems, inflammations, those kind of ailments actually reduce significantly if you're healthy, and if you're a healthy weight, and if you're having a positive outlook and you haven't got any inflammation. So again, in the 121, I do an awful lot of work on that. How have we got inflammation? If we have, how are we going to deal with it? What about the weight? What can we do to achieve a healthier weight? What can we do to be having more water, healthier foods, a healthier gut? Obviously, really, really important, the healthy gut. Yeah, and then obviously the internal organs, that's the visceral fat. So again, being healthy, being light, being bright, being in control of your food and making the right choices can significantly reduce period pains. And I have a lot of clients who say, my God, they've gone, my period pains are gone, once they start eating more healthily, being more healthy, being a healthy weight. So that's really, really good, and less stress. So I hope that's helpful. Now, another question, is it possible for your body to get used to the exercise that you're doing? Well, yes, absolutely it does. That's the point. Humans, as you know, we're progressive. We always improve, we move forward. That's the way we are. You know, you cut yourself, you repair. Same with exercise. If you're doing the same exercises all the time, don't forget you've got 650 skeletal muscles on your body. 650 skeletal muscles on your body that you want to be working. So there's lots of things to say here. If you do the same exercises all the time, then you might just be working the same 200 muscles, skeletal muscles, in which case, of course, your body will get used to it. And of course, the other 450 won't be used. Now, if you don't use the muscle, it dissipates in 2 weeks, it's gone in 6 weeks. So you really want to make sure that you are trying to use all those muscles, all those skeletal muscles, as often as you can, because obviously then if you lose it, you use it or lose it, as they say. If you don't use a muscle, you literally don't have it. So if you're doing the same exercises again and again and again, then yes, it's very likely your body will get used to it. And actually, you know, you remember you've got to work those other muscles. So that's one reason why you need to keep mixing it up, doing different exercises. The theory is you can do 4 weeks of the same exercise and then change. I find that a bit dull. I actually change it more often than that. It's not going to do any harm. But if you do too much of the same movements, then obviously you're overworking some muscles, underworking others, and that's not great. The other thing, of course, is yes, again, the same with resistance. The more you do, the better you get. I always said that about resistance. It's not a skill. It's just the more you do, the better you get. Like cricket or football, obviously it's a bit of natural skill, but at the end of the day, if anybody does a lot of it, they'll be good, and not much of it, they won't. So if you're doing a lot of resistance, your body will get used to it, and that's great. You feel that lovely burn, and then you do the same and again, and then obviously that burn stops. Now, when that burn stops, you're not progressing. You know, you're not evolving. So then you've got to increase the weight, or increase the intensity or increase the reps, anything to give you that burn, because you want to constantly feel that you're working. You want that evolution, you want that progress, you want your muscles to feel used, you want that lovely feeling, not hypertrophy, not lifting so many weights that you can't lift very many and then resting. That's bulk. I'm talking about metabolic resistance. You just want to be doing constant, low weights, high reps. But obviously if you start not to feel it, then you can add in a weight, add in a heavier weight. Let's say you're doing your reverse bridge. You can start putting weights on your hips, so you actually increase it, or you can put your legs up on the chair. You want to feel that lovely feeling that you've worked out. If you're doing a workout and you walk away and you're not really feeling anything at the end, have you done anything? Those muscles want to be worked. They want to be toned. And don't forget the 650 you can never end. And don't forget you have to renew it. It doesn't, once you've got them there, they will go if you don't use them. So you need to be using them at least a couple of times a week, because otherwise, as I said, your skeletal muscle dissipates in 2 weeks and they're completely gone in 6. So you work hard to get to where you want to get to. You've got the ideal body, but then you want to maintain it. You don't have to do nearly as much when you're there. This is the joy. It's just, again, we do this in my one-to-one program. On the journey to get there, you want to do as much resistance as you can, because obviously then you're going to have a higher skeletal muscle, better metabolism. Once we get to the ideal, if there is such a thing, then we can, we don't have to do so much. It actually gets easier the fitter you are. So don't worry about it. We're not talking lots and lots of fitness, but we are focusing on getting that skeletal muscle up and that subcutaneous fat down. And when your body starts to get used to a move, of course, you need to intensify it or add on, And then the other thing, that you're more cardio, then yes, definitely your body can get used to it. So with athletes, what we do is we do less exercise one day and don't eat so much, and do a lot of exercise the next day and eat masses. And that's how you spike it, because your metabolism, we are an animal. Our body is designed to use the least energy because it's supposed to be saving you for a battle. So as I always say, if you go into a battle and you're always the drummer, your body will get used to it. Your body knows what it's doing. I've got this, I can do this, and it gets quite complacent. That's what it does. It knows what you're going to do. If I suddenly say, right, let's go into the battle as a flautist or a javelin thrower, then it's woof, woof, something's happening. So you really want to spike it, mix it up. When you're exercise, when you've been doing the same thing too often, your body just doesn't progress anymore. It doesn't adjust, and you can really, really see that on the visceral fat. You want that to be going down regularly. If it's plateauing, then have a think about it. Are you doing the same thing too often? You need to think about changing it. Change is good. Spike it, get something new in there, and that will obviously then move you forward. Yes, definitely your body can get very used to the exercise you do, and that's why change is good. We need to mix it up as much as possible. I spend a lot of time doing that in the one-to-ones, because that's incredibly important. Although 80% of the body you have is from what you eat or drink, 15% is the exercise you do, and 5% genetics, which is mainly your height, but even genetics, let's say thighs or bottom, and even those don't need to be a life sentence. Nearly everything apart from height can be changed. So don't give up, don't worry, everything can be fixed, So yes, don't worry about underactive thyroid, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about going away on holiday in Florida, there's always good choices to be made. With the period, you can get healthier and healthier, and those symptoms will decrease as you've done my program, and you've got more and more healthy gut, healthy lifestyle, healthy body weight. So there's less stress and less anxiety. What were the other ones we did? Eat carbs all day. So we're adding in on this program. We're having a big breakfast and we're adding in a bit of exercise, water. This is not a restrictive diet at all. This is the opposite. We're adding in. We're having more. We're so lucky. We're so blessed that on this program you can have lovely, lovely food, delicious, delicious food. We're not restricting. We're not counting calories. We're not weighing. We're not taking anything away. We're just making add-ons, to add into your life. So this is a lifestyle, not a diet. And then with regard to the exercise, again, I will talk you all through that, because are you an endomorph? Are you an ectomorph? Are you a mesomorph? Have you done just resistance and no cardio? Have you done just cardio and no resistance? How old are you? What time of day are you doing your exercise? All those things you can only discover in the one-to-one, because obviously I will analyse your body type, and I will give you a personal exercise program for you. Therefore, I will tell you if you're plateauing, because I can work with you. As soon as we see that, we know that we're going to spike it, change it, but again, what are you going to do? What are you going to do differently? Because we still need to follow the same guidelines, but we just need to mix it up. So I always say this, if I've had a client who's run 50 minutes, 5 mornings a week for a very long time, when they're doing their morning exercise, they won't see a huge difference because they've always run 50 minutes, 5 mornings a week. So the visceral fat might not budge for a while because they've always done that. Now then, I've got other clients who have never done any exercise before, and they start and they sit on a Peloton in the morning for 20 minutes, and they get outstanding results on their visceral fat because they've never exercised before. So again, but with the exercise, it's all relative to what you've done before, to what you're doing with me, to what you're doing now, because it's just relative to what you were doing before. Because as we said, bodies are progressive, muscles are progressive, the visceral fat's progressive, subcutaneous fat's progressive. So we need to change it, mix it up, and I spend a lot of time talking about that in my one-to-ones because, let's make it fun, let's make it enjoyable, let's make it match your lifestyle. Some people have no time to do any exercise at all, in which case we will work that out. Some people like to do a lot, that's their choice. Some people never want to go to a gym. Some people like outdoor sports. That's the joy of a one-to-one. We can discuss all these things, but still work out the right plan for your body type, your age, the right time, and the exercise you need to be doing for your subcutaneous and visceral fat in the right, and skeletal muscle and muscle mass, all at the right time and the right ones for you. So again, you need a one-to-one to talk about all these, because all of these we can go through and sort if you have a personal plan. If you just follow a generic plan, is that going to work? Everybody's unique. So a personal plan, that's what you're after. And then all these problems can be solved because I can give you all the answers, show you how to do it, talk you through it, obviously talk an awful lot more about it than I can do today, and but also to find your personal problem and sort your personal problem and your personal issues, and give you your ideal healthy weight just for you, not for anybody else. So I hope that's helpful. Lots of you have joined. Thank you very, very much. Please send me lots of questions for next week, lots of comments. I love comments. Lovely, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful Monday. Lovely weather still. Life is good. And let's just say we are blessed. Breathe. This is heaven. Open our heart. Yeah, we are blessed, we are blessed. And thank you for joining me. And I will see you next week. Look forward to it. Thanks for joining me. Lots of love. Bye.